So yeah, when you met the narcissist and they love bombed you, they scanned you, they interviewed you, they questioned you, and they found out what your vulnerabilities were so they could exploit them. The narcissist takes your current vulnerabilities or your perceived vulnerabilities and uses them to love bomb you. They want to fill that void temporarily. They are giving you the illusion that they're going to forever fill those voids in your life, your vulnerabilities, that they are going to help strengthen your vulnerabilities so you don't have to feel vulnerable alone anymore. And this is the image that the narcissist portrays to you when they're love bombing you. You know, the point of love bombing is to build your trust. And love bombing doesn't just have to come in the form of physical gifts, extravagant gifts. It's about building trust with someone. So it's a psychological interaction. And this is how the narcissist breaks down your boundaries, because they build that trust with you during love bombing by using your current vulnerabilities or your perceived vulnerabilities and exploiting them by giving the illusion that they are going to permanently help you fill those voids, help you rebuild from those vulnerabilities and become stronger, when really it's just an illusion. It's temporary. It's just an illusion that they're going to, treat your vulnerabilities with respect, love, and kindness. But that's not it. It's just an illusion. Love bombing is all an illusion. So once you reach devaluation, you continue to work harder and harder for the narcissist to get back the person that they were during love bombing, but that person never existed. Who you see during devaluation when their mask slips, that's who they are. They designed that mask during love bombing specifically for you. They create a mask for each person. Every time they love bomb someone, they create a new mask. That mask is meant to basically be a mirror of you, be a carbon copy of you, because narcissists mimic people because they have no identity. So during love bombing, they're mimicking you. They're learning your behaviors. They're becoming you, so during devaluation, they can make you become them. They're ultimately, when they devalue you, they use you as a container to regulate their emotions, to regulate themselves. So you become them. When you internalize all their projections, you become them. They're regulated and feel amazing. And now they have more energy to create more mask and to keep up the current mask that they have. They have to actively be devaluing someone in order to keep up that mask, to keep up that facade. Their cycle is pathological. A narcissist cycle is pathological, so it's always running. Just because you're in love bombing doesn't mean that it stops there. Like I said, a narcissist always has to be actively devaluing someone in order to regulate themselves. So if you're in love bombing with a narcissist, if they're on their best behavior, it's because they're actively devaluing someone else. Or if you know that you're helping a narcissist actively devalue a past source of supply because you're a new source of supply, that's just as abusive. Know that you are aiding in someone's abuse, and that's not okay. But yes, a narcissist cycle is pathological. So if they're on good behavior somewhere, it's because somewhere else someone is being devalued. They always have to be in this cycle. They're always looking for supply, because eventually sources of supply can't stay in love bombing forever, because the narcissist doesn't want to have to keep up that mask forever, because it costs them energy to keep up that mask. They would rather extract narcissistic supply from you and not have to keep the mask up, because then, they have to spend energy to wear that mask. So if they have you to actively devalue and they don't have to wear that mask for you anymore, they get to take all that energy and transform themselves into something greater for the next person, so that they can go love bomb someone else and get that high again that they're always chasing, of being idealized as that god. Because once you're in devaluation, you don't idealize them anymore. You don't see them as perfect anymore. And yes, your fuel is potent during devaluation, because you're constantly emotionally reacting and working for the narcissist, chasing the narcissist, begging the narcissist, trying to get back the person they were in the beginning. They need that potent of fuel, and they still need you to currently idealize them and see them as perfect, but you can't do that. And that is why the narcissist goes so hard at you during devaluation, because they're mad at you. They want that potent fuel out of you, your emotional reactions when they go through devaluation and they're just taking it to the extreme. But they also need you to still see them as perfect while they're devaluing you and abusing you and extracting emotional reactions from you, extracting narcissistic supply from you. So they get mad at you and see you as a failure. And that's why you get devalued more, discarded, cheated on, replaced. Because the narcissist is in constant conflict. They need that potent fuel that you give them when they're devaluing you. But they also need you to idealize them and see them as perfect at the same time. And when you don't do that, that doesn't make sense to them. Because your role in their life, in their shared fantasy, is to provide them with certain services. You have a role to play. Well, everyone, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode on love bombing, the mask, the devaluation phase, the new supply's role in the pathological cycle of abuse. You'll have to excuse me, my allergies have been so bad this week. So thank you for your patience as I fight through these allergies. It has slowed me down a little bit. Again, yes, thank you for listening. Thank you so much for the support. I do hope you enjoyed this episode. Stay safe, stay strong, and keep getting the knowledge. You are all going to be amazing.